Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Gloria and Liliana.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're seeing my screen now.
Yes.
We see your screen perfectly. Yes.
Okay.
You can also go into presentation. Yeah, great.
Okay. So hello again. We're Gloria and Liliana, and during the spring, we've been working on a solution focused on designing the future of university education. To start, I want to connect you all with our MTP, which is Enable Adaptive Learning for an Uncertain Future. And before we continue, I want to share some context with you. We live in Medellin, the second main city of Colombia, which is a country located in South America. And we work at Universidad Pontificia Bolivariana, a private university with around 30,000 students. Now let's see a short video that explains the current problem we identified. Really sorry for the airplane that it's passing by. We have an airport close. So I'm gonna show you a short video that explains the current problem we identified related to higher education and what is our proposal to fix it.
Automation is here, and faster than ever, technology is making a revolution in the job marketplace. New skill sets are demanded and roles are changing. But so far, universities and companies are having trouble identifying the capabilities and competencies required for the future. University teachers are still teaching with traditional methodologies and don't know how to create engaging learning experiences for the 21st century learners. And there's more. It takes too long to obtain a professional degree. So, how can we be prepared for scenarios, jobs, and problems that don't exist yet or we're not aware of? How can we learn and teach for the unknown future? Adapture identifies the needs regarding near future jobs. It helps you identify the strengths you already have and expand them based on your learning style. It also recommends new skills to acquire. Our unique AI-powered model will constantly update your learning path based on the changes of the environment. Welcome to a full adaptive learning experience. Get personalized suggestions for what you need to learn and how you prefer to do it, according to your motivations, hobbies, and workforce trends. Because no matter where you are or how far you've come, lifelong learning is the best decision you can make. Adapture. Enable adaptive learning for an uncertain future.
And now let's see a bit of their prototype so I can show you Adapture's main features and what it makes it different from any other adaptive platforms. So Adapture uses technology to identify which capabilities and competencies the student requires for the job market of the near or long future. And here comes our special differences. It's unique because it first focuses on identify the motivations and hobbies of the student. And then, based on those motivations and hobbies, uses adaptive learning methodology to make personalized suggestions for what the student needs in the way they prefer to learn. And it also connects the student with the business world using the data gathered previously in the learning process and suggesting job offers that fits to their profile. But it doesn't end there. Adapture provides a lifelong learning experience because it keeps updating the learning path as the future keeps changing. So Gloria, you can now.
Yeah, okay. Now, this is our roadmap. We already have our prototype and we have been working with stakeholders. As you can see, we have NIPU, NIPU is an app for young people from ages 15 to 24 that interact with them as an assistant and advisor in different topics. So it makes it very valuable for us because it can provide info and identify profiles and interests of the client. IDF is a startup dedicated to provide immersive learning experiences through technology, mindset, and English. And it offers a transformational journey. So it is very similar to what our proposal is. Then Ruta N is the innovation center in Medellin, which will give us connections and help us with connections with companies and enterprises. And the Fourth Industrial Revolution Center is the one selected for the World Economic Forum for Latin America, which will lead the projects for IT competences here in Latin America. So then this is what we have been doing, connecting these stakeholders. But then from June to December, we are planning to have the data pilot with NIPU. And then we also have the two staff on demand. At the beginning will be the project leader and the community manager. And maybe also a developer, but we will see it later. And we will start with the first course. We already designed it with IDF. And then also we will have the community start. So the community can give us feedback and more. Then in October, from October to March of 2020, we consider that we will have at least a base with data to start analyzing behavior of community and students. Meanwhile, we will have new courses designed, as you can see, so more offer according to the analysis that we have been doing from the city and the country and all the needs. Then, of course, our main point is to collect data so we can continue developing, bringing different profiles, being all visualizing the world, what is happening around the world with the technology, so we can start developing the AI and everything that we need so we can go back to the cycle and begin with all the information. Go, Lily, please. Thank you. Then about our business proposal, we have been working on it. We need to go deeper, but this is like the first draft that we have. So at the beginning, you can see that we will need maybe $50,000 to start with the data gathering and profiling, the courses design, the staff on demand, the project leader, the community manager, and the software developer, and the platforms that we are going to use. And of course, the most important thing is our products that are related to the student's journey, which a person from the community that is in the community could pay $50 per year and can have their own profile according to his or her info provided and the test taken. So if the client takes a course, which is around $400, will obtain a competence certification and will be automatically impact in their profile and send the impact or the new profile to his or her profile and send the possible opportunities with the industry and the possible jobs in the country or around the world. And also could be opportunities for entrepreneurship. For companies, we can also offer talent profiles. We will know when the students are ready or have acquired different competencies. So we can provide the ones that have, that maybe they could be interested in and include them in the selection process. That means that headhunters could be also our clients or maybe interested in our information. So in general, this is our proposal, and there are so many more things to say, but we just had these 10 minutes, which are around to finish. So we will start our community very soon. Actually, you can participate right now in the prototype, because we know that the very first beginning is creating our community. So here are our contacts, and we are all open to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Wow, big round of applause, please. Please unmute everybody. Big round of applause. Thank you so much, team. Wonderful presentation. I want to hand over first to Jabin to first give her feedback, then Jerry, and then myself last. So,
thank you,
Jabin,
Lars. Am I also allowed to ask questions, or should we save that?
you can also ask questions. Yeah.
Okay. I was blown away. It's so amazing. It's just, how soon can we do this? That's what I'm thinking. This is really, really awesome. Very impressed, Gloria, Liliana. I think the roadmap is amazing. The business model is pretty unique and interesting. You've obviously put a lot of thought into it. I'm really, really excited to support the initiative in any way that we can, and excited to hear about the stakeholders that you've already got involved in Medellin. Ruta N is a partner of Fast Track Institute. So actually, and Gloria, you know this, we will be in Medellin at the end of May, and we're having the stakeholders there. There will be a broad representation of stakeholders, we hope, from Medellin, from previous fast tracks. And of course, you and your team are invited, and any other teams who've been involved in the Educate for Life initiative to present about this journey you've gone through. And the Adapture team definitely has already gotten a lot of stakeholder support and interest in the region, and we want to see how we can support it and broaden that level of stakeholder support and help you implement your business model. And we'd love to have a conversation about that. And I'll save my questions until after Jerry and Lars have a chance to speak.
Thank you, Jabin. Over to you, Jerry.
Awesome, brilliant. I love this presentation. This smells like a startup. Sometimes you hear ideas that don't have that feeling, but here you have partners, you have a roadmap, you have a lot of practical things coming. And I realized that you need to focus on a particular piece of value. So in the presentation, the thing I was sort of missing a little bit was some kind of use case of, here's the mock-up of our app, and here's one piece of value that a user of the app would get just visualized. So it would stick in my head as, this right here is the core of the value you want to deliver. Because I got close to it, but I don't feel like I got a sense for what that value is. And then I was just thinking, gosh, there's so many ways you can step up the value chain in different directions here, right? So there's a profile here, and you're going to have a certificate. Are you the home for my future online profile, which currently, I think LinkedIn basically ate the resume, right? And LinkedIn failed to do a lot of other things, but LinkedIn is the modern resume. When somebody's job hunting, the first thing I say is, have you updated your LinkedIn page? Is Adapture the home for my future profile as I gain certificates from taking MOOCs, from doing other sorts of things? You didn't really open the topic of the future of work. And I think work is changing dramatically. At some point very soon, 50% of all workers will be in the gig economy. Full-time employment is melting. It's just going away a lot. Companies are highly motivated to get rid of full-time employees, and they are doing so as quickly as automation will let them or anything else will let them. So how does Adapture adapt to the future of work and these sort of coming market realities and help me in different ways? So I think there's a lot of opportunities to flesh out and articulate, hey, we're designed for this because we have algorithms, because we have this and that. then I think you did touch the idea that employers could use the information that they might pay you. Find somebody who loves spreadsheets and let them work out the business model for you, because you do need a little bit of projections and figuring out where you're headed. So and it's sort of about time that you have that in some concise way that you can present. But I think that employers should be really, really interested in paying you money for different kinds of value you can source. And again, I then need to see the little shiny nuggets of what sort of value that an employer would see here. And I think there's a very interesting role here for matching skills needed with skills acquired and making a market out there for this kind of thing. And that's probably way beyond where you are and what you're thinking right now. But that I can easily see that kind of at the edge of what you're up to. And then another thing that's probably a little too ambitious, but is interesting, and I've seen a few things around, could you be an envelope or a wrapper for my experience of online courses to help find the right one, to then kind of keep the data and keep the work products from the online course, my notes and whatever, and then of course the certificate at the end and present it and so forth. But could you help me in my sort of lifelong learning journey? And you want annuity revenues. So if I can begin paying you something every month for the rest of my life, because learning is a lifelong task and presenting what I've learned is very important to me. It's not just that learning is important, but showing what I've learned is really important. That might really help. Those are my comments. Fabulous work. I love your presentation. It's very professional. You don't have too many words on the screens, and your presenting style is lovely. So I got what you were saying.
Thank you, Jerry. Really appreciate it. Very good comments.
Thank you, Jerry. I'll keep it short for my part. I already took too much talking time in the beginning, but I will certainly be more than happy to provide additional feedback and thoughts after this session to all the teams, right? So it doesn't stop here. But I wanted to, first of all, say I'm super impressed. I've been following your sprint closely, and every time I see what you're working on, it's just developed exponentially, literally. And what I saw today was just so advanced compared to the last time we spoke. But I understood your model all the way through the sprint, your idea, and now I think you came up with a really good presentation here, nicely presented, easily understandable. I agree with Jerry's point that it's a very interesting opportunity to target the businesses out there, and I know they are a very important segment for you and your university. And this is where you might become a disruptive player in the industry, rather than the way you have been presenting today is a very advanced core initiative. I think you're developing the next generation way of upskilling us. But you are potentially a disruptor if you step into the business segment and giving us business skills on a lifelong journey, and actually building new capabilities in organizations is very challenging. And this is what every businesses are telling us when we work with organizations of all sizes. Acquiring new skill sets and capabilities is very challenging. And here you're coming with a solution that is very compelling value proposition for businesses also. So what you might want to do right away is update your slides in the business proposal with what does this look like for the business segment. They should be the ones paying for this in this scenario that I have in mind right now. So this is for the next revision. I'm going to stop here for now, provide more feedback later offline, but hand back to Jabin to ask.
Thank you, Lars. I have a number of questions, but I'll try to keep it short. Is this a core initiative, or do you see this as an edge initiative, and it'll be a startup spun off from the university?
I would say it is a spin-off for the university, and it's not. We're not thinking on doing that inside the university, but out of the university. So
Okay.
it's gonna be something very different, and maybe somehow it's gonna be connected later on, but not now, because
Okay.
you know why, right?
Yes, of course. And in that case, I really want to again reiterate what Lars just said, all those suggestions he made. And again, remind you going forward, let us know how we can help you implement, because we expect some of the largest companies in Medellin to be at the stakeholder event in May. And it would be great to have you presenting to them. And by then, hopefully you've incorporated Lars' suggestions, and it should be a really interesting presentation.
Yeah,
So I invite you to do that. Very excited
absolutely.
for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So if I can say just thank you to Lars, thank you to Luciana.
Yeah,
You guys have been
thank
very
you.
important for us, very, very much. Luciana has been just very nice and give us the correct advice and everything. Uh, we just needed more time, but we think we are on the right way, and we know this is going to be very important for universities, not only for our university, but it is a way to show how different the education can be and how it can impact and how we can work with companies. Thank you, Javin and Maria Jose, for the contact, for being all the time there, that we could finish this. And also, of course, the university has been very important. At the beginning, we started with Jackson and Juan Carlos, and of course, we are going to continue working all together. And for the city, it's going to be very good. So I hope, and thank you for the recommendations. We know that we can go deeper. Luciana was telling us, was saying we need to go farther, but let's just show what we have so far. And this is just the very beginning. So thank you very much.